Welcome to State Sports News. We have some breaking news right now for you from the footballing world. In an incredibly bizarre decision, every club in Europe's top 5 divisions, that is the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A and Ligue 1, have taken the decision to terminate the contracts of every single one of their players, effectively meaning that from today and this season, that every single player on those clubs' books will now be unemployed and become a free agent, available for any club to pick up for the price of £0. We here at State Sports News cannot quite believe or even understand why this decision has come about in the first place. It is an incredibly crazy choice by these clubs. We believe it may be linked due to financial issues and everything else going on across the world, but we are unsure as of yet. All we can imagine though that will come about from this decision is that every single one of these clubs is going to have to do an entire rebuild job and rebuild their squad from scratch. Of course, with this happening, what will happen to some of the big players across world and European football? The likes of Messi. Well, he's retired. No one wanted him. What? Well, what about Ronaldo then? Manchester United, mate, went home, didn't he? Okay, Neymar then? You're not going to believe this. Bournemouth. What? No one understands that one. Well, as you can see, this is going to be causing some complete and utter craziness in and around European football especially. So I'd suggest that you keep tuned in and find out exactly what madness unfolds from this decision. In the meantime though, that's everything from us here at State Sports News, and from all of us here in the studio, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again next time. Welcome then guys to LSPlaysFM, and of course to, as State Sports News would have just mentioned, a brand new experiment here on the channel. This time we are doing an experiment where we are looking at what would happen in football and of course in FM21 should every player in Europe's top 5 leagues, so the Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga and Ligue 1, be made a free transfer, and in other words become unemployed and not with a club. Now before we do get into today's experiment guys, if you do enjoy this video then do make sure to drop a like on the video. It massively does help the channel out, and of course if you're looking forward to seeing any more of my content such as my FM21 experiments, I have already done a few already here on the channel, like my 50 years and 100 years into the future experiments, which will be linked above me as we go, and also my FM21 Manchester United save, the Taming the Devil series, which will also be linked above me. Then do make sure guys to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. Now then, I'll quickly run through with you exactly what leagues are loaded and of course what has gone on the database. We are here at the beginning of the season, essentially July 2020, before we get going into each of the various seasons. We'll go to the end of the first transfer window, so about halfway through season 1. We'll then go to the end of season 1, season 2, and then we'll go to season 5 as well to see exactly what has gone on in world football, where the big name players are, and exactly what has gone on across European football. Now, in terms of the leagues and stuff that I have loaded, if I show you on here, we have the English leagues, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Scotland and Spain. Of course, the main ones that we are really focusing on now are England, France, Germany, Italy and Spain, because they're the ones where the players have been made free transfers. If we go to, for example, the Premier League and have a look at some of the clubs, if we go to Arsenal, for example, and look here, you can see at the moment they still have Aubameyang and Bellerin as captain and vice-captain. That is just a thing with the game that will eventually get updated. But currently, their key players and hot prospects are no one. When you look at their team, it is entirely greyed out. And if we go through the remaining teams in the Prem, you can see they are all greyed out as well in terms of the whole squad. We can also have a look at various other leagues as well. Say we go to, let's say, La Liga, for example. Let's go to La Liga up here. We'll go to Alaves to start off with, and it is exactly the same case. We flick through all of these teams on here. You can see that, again, the same has happened. Let's say we go and look at Lionel Messi. Let's say, for example, let's go and find him. Here he is, Lionel Messi. He is now unemployed. And that is the case with every single player in Europe's top 5 divisions. So what we will do is we will go, first of all, as I've already said, to around about October, November, basically the end of the first transfer window, because of course there's the extended transfer window due to the season starting late across world football. And we will see exactly where some of these big names have gone and what teams are doing with filling up their squad. So I will see you very shortly, guys, at that point in our experiment. Here we are then, now at the end of the first transfer window. This is primarily the end of the first transfer window in English football, but essentially it's the end of the transfers for all European clubs at this stage. We are here at the middle of October 2020, so some games would have been played and so on, but very little will have actually gone on within the leagues. The main thing we are focused on, though, is the transfers of the clubs and seeing who has moved around in European football. Of course, guys, as well, I forgot to mention in the first bit, but if you are interested in accessing this database, I will be uploading the editor data file so you can actually make your own save with this in the description below on Dropbox, and also there will be links to each of the various save files at the end of each year points if you want to use those as well. If you have any questions on that, just chuck them down in the comments below. But anyway, let's get into the very first point that we're going to look at regarding our players. So let's go and have a look at the Premier League, and let's have a look at some of the clubs and see who is in each of the teams. So at the moment, Manchester City are top of the Prem, and I can always see that Man City have got the likes of Maxi Gomez, Declan Rice and William Carvalho in that team. Let's have a quick look at some of their other signings. So they've signed the likes of Camavinga on a free transfer. Of course, a very, very good young French lad as well. They've got some other decent players called Declan Rice, I've already mentioned, Marcos Llorente. Indeed, he's at that team. Let's have a quick look at that actual squad. I mean, they haven't exactly got many players into that side, have they? They've only got, what is that, 14 players they've signed? Not exactly much of a first team squad, but regardless, there's some very decent lads in. Let's have a flick through some of the other sides. So Manchester United have signed Joe Hart, of course, former Man City goalkeeper. Defence they look okay. Got Matip and Sula at the back. They've got likes of Munayin and Ronnie Lopez. But I mean, otherwise, Man U's team looks very, very poor. They really haven't strengthened very well there. Newcastle got barely any players in, so good luck Newcastle. Sheffield United have only signed 4 players. I know 5. They signed Gary Cahill. I don't really understand what some of these teams are doing. Southampton actually seem to bring in some decent players likes of Alain Saint-Maximin, Cuisance, Guendouzi. Looks like they've actually gone for quite a few younger players in that side. Okay, Spurs look like they might struggle. They've signed 5 players. Okay, Tottenham Hotspurs, good luck with that. West Brom have actually made quite a few signings. West Ham, not too many. Wolves seem to have actually done quite a decent job in terms of strengthening their sides. Arsenal, not too many. They've re-signed David Ospina. Okay, fair enough there, Arsenal. Villa, oh my goodness, Villa's team looks very, very poor. And then you got Brighton. Doesn't look much better, does it? Burnley, not great. Chelsea actually have signed quite a big squad, so that might help them out there. You never know. They've got lots of Cucurella in that team and Iñaki Williams as well. So they've got some decent players that they've brought in at least. Palace, not great, I'll be honest. Everton, not much better either. They signed George Baldock, who, if you're interested in any live stream saves at all, I'm doing a live stream save over on Twitch. It'll be linked in the pinned comment with Norwich City. We've got George Baldock in that save with Norwich in the Prem. He's actually quite a very good wing back in FM21 this year. Fulham, wow. Fulham have signed 1 player in Matt Loughton. Well, good luck with that then, Fulham. I'm sure that'll go well for you. And they're playing him at right wing. Oh dear, Fulham. Not a good idea there. Leeds have done a decent bit of business. Got some decent players in the likes of Jonathan Kellery, Boetius and Ollie Skip and so on. Not too bad from them. Leicester, not great stuff there from Leicester. And then Liverpool have signed likes of Neves and Diaz. Actually not bad. Mikel Oyarzabal and Theo Hernandez. So they've got some decent players in that Liverpool team at least. But very few teams, other than City and Chelsea, very few teams actually brought in a full squad. And I don't know why, because it's not like they haven't got the money to do it. Out of interest, what type of money is like Declan Rice on? He's not even on much money either. So I don't understand quite what some of these teams are doing. But regardless, in terms of the Prem, where do they reckon like the season preview will be? So they reckon that City are the favourites. And they reckon that, to be honest, it looks pretty standard actually. Things haven't massively changed. But Okay, fair enough. Let's have a quick look over at like La Liga as well. Let's have a quick look on the old season preview and see kind of what it reckons. So they reckon that Madrid will be getting in first place, Barca second, Atleti third. And I've seen some interesting names on this season preview. So you've got Manuel Neuer, who's now the goalkeeper for Real Madrid. You've got Jordi Alba, who's at Real Madrid as well. Bonucci's gone to Madrid. Boateng's gone to Madrid. El Said Haise's gone to Valencia. I suppose that's not a bad signing there for them. Jordan Veretout has gone to Real Madrid. I see Jack Grealish has gone over to Atletico Madrid. Okay, be interesting how he gets on at Atleti. Looks like he's had a pretty decent start. 5 games and 2 goals for Jack Grealish in an Atleti shirt. De Bruyne's gone to Real as well. Mbappe's gone to Real. Lautaro Martinez has gone to Atleti. And Florian Thauvin has gone to Atleti too. So there's not a single Barcelona player on that list. It looks like, though, that Real have really strengthened. Who in their team is here? You got, of course, we've already mentioned Neuer, Boateng, Bonucci, Alba, Veretout, De Bruyne, Simon Rakitic, Mbappe, Dembele and Suarez. Well, I'll be honest, if this Real Madrid team doesn't win La Liga and win the Champions League, I will be highly surprised. That is one hell of a squad. And they've pinched so many Barca players as well. Fair enough there to Real Madrid. What about Atleti, though? Because Atleti seem to have signed some good players too. Let's have a quick look on theirs. They've got Ederson in net. Oh, wow. What a sign that is. Nelson Semedo, Upamecano, Dia, Mings, Tyrone Mings at Atleti. Interesting. Florian Thauvin. I don't know who Freuler is. Fabian, no. Vinicius Jr.'s gone to Atleti. Grealish and Martinez. So actually, to be fair, that Atleti side could well give Real Madrid a run for their money. And actually, to be fair to Atleti, they have signed a full squad. That could prove to be massive for Atletico Madrid because that right there could really help with fixture congestion and so on. So it'll be interesting how Atleti get on with their team. What about Barcelona, though? Let's have a quick look at Barca's side as well. And wow, okay, Barcelona, you have not done very much business at all. I will be honest, I don't know who the goalkeeper is. Regis Gertner looks very, very average. There's some Francesco Acerbi, Danny Parejo, James Milner, Mr. Versatile, Nacho Monreal, and another goalkeeper in Petric. Barcelona could really struggle in La Liga this season. That is not good stuff from them whatsoever. But still, the first two that we looked at there in Real Madrid and Atleti, they look like they could do some damage with those teams. Let's have a look elsewhere as well. Let's go to Ligue 1. And it looks like AS Monaco may have done a very good bit of business because Monaco currently are sitting up in first position in Ligue. Let's look at the old season preview. Have a look at the best players in the league. So Leno has gone to Monaco. You got Alphonso Davies is at Monaco. Aymeric Laporte has gone to PSG. Jose Maria Jimenez has gone to Monaco. Hakimi's gone to Monaco. Rodri's gone to Monaco. Saul's gone to Monaco. What a team Monaco have put together here. Leon Bailey's gone to Stade Rennais. Weird one. Ciro Immobile has gone to PSG. Raheem Sterling is at AS Monaco. Wow. Oh, okay. And Lukaku's gone there as well. Let's look at this Monaco side. Who else is in that team? Because that team sounds disgustingly good. Leno, Hakimi, Michael Keane, Jimenez, Davies, Rodri, Gibril Sal, I don't know who he is, Saul, Sterling, Gnabry, and Lukaku. And they've even got a full set of reserves as well there. Likes of Pickford, Odriozola, Denis Suarez. That is a very, very good squad. They could well romp to the Liga title. What about PSG, though? Let's have a look at their squad too. Of course, managed still by Tuchel. And okay, looks like PSG might have done a Barcelona. They've only signed 4 players. And one of them's Danny Carvajal. And one of them's this guy, Lennart Moser, who looks awful. No idea what PSG are doing. Because in all the money they have, why have they not strengthened? Okay, AI, PSG. We'll be interested to see how you get on. Let's continue on. Let's go and look at some of the other leagues as well. Let's go to Serie A. And let's have a look over there. Let's go at the old season preview as well. So Szczesny has stayed in Serie A. He's gone to Atalanta. You got Mario Hermoso, who's playing at Udinese. Kimpembe has gone to AC Milan. Gabriel Paulista's gone to Juve. Interested to fact that he's considered one of the best centre-backs in Serie A. João Cancelo's gone back to Serie A as well. He's now Atalanta. There's some weird signings going on. Wijnaldum's gone to Lazio. Isco's at Atalanta. So Atalanta seem to have built a really strong squad. Odegaard's gone to Milan. Jadon Sancho's gone to Milan. Martial has gone to Milan. So Milan sound very dangerous. And Ibra has gone to Lazio. So only one player in there for Juve in Gabriel Paulista. Let's have a look at the Juve team. And Juve have not signed many players, but honestly, they've got Zach Steffen, who's very, very average. Gabriel Paulista, Wesley Fofana, who's a decent player, Vicente Iborra. Okay, interesting one there. Danilo D'Ambrosio, Jonas Hector. Yeah, that team looks very, very poor from Juve. Not good business there from Andrea Pirlo, that's for sure. Now, Milan's team look disgustingly good. Let's have a look at Milan and see who they've got in that team. Milan have done some very good business. They've got basically a whole squad in there. They've got Anthony Lopez, Wan-Bissaka, Tomori, Kimpembe, Mendy. That defence sounds very, very decent. Odegaard and Ander Herrera, Kulusevski, Ali and Jadon Sancho with Martial. That team looks very, very good, and a lot of players in there for the future as well. So fair play to Stefano Poli for his business there in the transfer window. He has definitely strengthened that AC Milan squad to be a real contender. I'm interested to see who's in the Atalanta side, because there are some interesting players in this team. And yes, to be fair to Atalanta, they've done a really good bit of business too. Szczesny, Pavard, Lindelof, Matthias Ginter, Cancelo, Lodi, Jorginho, Nampalys Mendy, Isco, Rafael Leao, and Ansu Fati as well. Wow, okay. Atalanta could well be up there with AC Milan. I reckon those two are going to be battling it out for Serie A. Let's have a look though finally at also the Bundesliga and see what's gone over there in Germany. Let's go to the old season preview and see. So Alphonse Areola is the best keeper in Bundesliga. He plays over at Bayern. You've got Reguilon, who's gone to Bayern 2. You then got Gabriel, who is of course the Arsenal defender in real life, has gone to Wolfsburg. Nicholas Stark has gone to Wolfsburg. Eder Militao has gone to Bayern. You then got Lee Kang-in, who is he the Valencia player? I think he's over at Schalke. Danny Ceballos has gone to Schalke too. You then got Saka is at Bayern. Griffo apparently is the best attacking midfielder over at Frankfurt. Angel Correa over at Bayern too. And then Abraham at Hoffenheim. So I reckon based on that, it's probably going to be a Bayern victory, I would imagine. Let's have a look over at Bayern and have a look. Yeah, that team, they've got a lot of players in there. They've done some decent business. Apparently, they've signed Alexander Sorloth as their main man up top. But regardless, that team does look quite decent, I would say, under old Hansi Flick. What about Dortmund, though? Who have they brought in? Not many players. Okay, Dortmund, you are probably going to struggle. They haven't even got a striker in that team. I think we can probably say it's going to be Bayern's year then, to be totally honest. Well, that wraps up what we're going to look at in terms of leagues. Let's just have a look and see where some of the big players, likes of Ronaldo, Messi, Haaland, let's say De Gea, see where players like that have gone to. Pogba as well, because we haven't seen those names popping up anyway. Let's have a look at Pogba first of all. So Pogba is unemployed. No one has signed Paul Pogba. Okay, what about Ronaldo as well? I'm guessing that'll probably be down to his wages. Same with Ronaldo. No one's picked up Cristiano. Interesting. What about Messi? Of course, we saw that Mbappe and Suarez had gone to Real Madrid, but Messi is unemployed too. Again, I'm guessing it must be because they're wanting too much in terms of wages. I'm guessing. I can't think of anything else. What about like De Gea? Where's David De Gea gone? He's unemployed too. And okay, he's some of his stats seem to have actually dropped a bit there. So not the best thing there for David De Gea. Let's have a look finally at like Griezmann and also look at Haaland as well. So Griezmann again is unemployed. Okay, not good for some of the big players. I guess they could have to drop their wage demands. What about Haaland? Where's he gone to? Haaland too. No one's picked up Haaland. That I am surprised with. Wow. Fair enough. Well, what we will do then is we will carry on now. We'll go to the end of this first season and we will see quite what has happened across the European leagues and see where any of these big names we just looked at, we'll see if they have found a club as well. But we will go there in a few seconds. Here we are then now at the end of Season 1. So let's go and take a look at what has happened across the various leagues now that they've had a full season of trying to rebuild their squad. So let's go into the old Leagues in Focus page. And okay, so I can see first of all that with La Liga, Atleti won it. And I can see with the Prem that Man City romped that title, which is kind of what we thought would happen based on the squads. So fair play to Manchester City. I mean, they've done a very good job there. They finished on 107 points. So that's very much a new record, I would imagine. You've got Fulham, Villa and Sheffield United finishing down there in relegation. You've got Man U in second, Chelsea third, Arsenal fourth, Liverpool in fifth, and Southampton up there in sixth place. Spurs all the way down in 11th. Not a great season there for Tottenham, you have to really say. Let's go back now. Let's have a look at the other leagues. Of course, with La Liga, we saw that Atleti won La Liga. And my goodness, what a battle between Atleti and Real Madrid. I did say that based on Atleti's kind of depth and everything, that they may have a chance to really overcome Real, despite the superstars that Real had in that squad. And indeed, that seems to be what has happened. Atleti finished on 105 and Real on 102. You can see as well, Lautaro Martinez finished as top goal scorer with 31 and Mbappe up there with 27. Jamie Vardy, I didn't even realise he'd gone to Valencia, finishes third with 25 goals himself. So well done to Jamie Vardy. I was about to say though, I haven't spotted Barcelona in the top four because Sevilla finished third, Valencia in fourth. Where are Barca? They're down there in 12th place. Oh dear, Barcelona. I've just seen the points total for Osasuna and Valladolid. Oh dear, that is not good. Osasuna finishing on 7th alongside Valladolid. And they had a goal difference of negative 99 goals. Oh dear, oh dear. You do not want to be an Osasuna fan or a Valladolid fan. Flipping heck. Let's have a look at the other leagues as well. Let's go to Ligue 1 and let's have a quick little look. So you got Monaco have indeed been crowned champions. I did think that Monaco would probably have to do that, to be honest. Their squad just looked unbelievable. You got Lukaku up there as top goal scorer for them. Saúl had a very good year too. And Lukaku and Sterling with the highest ratings in that league. Unsurprising, really. I've just seen as well that Chris Wood was the third highest goal scorer in Ligue 1 for Stade Reims. Fair play to him. So you got Lille up there in second. So well done, Lille. You got Rennes in third, Nice in fourth, and Stade Reims in fifth. Where the hell are PSG and Lyon? Oh my goodness. What the hell has happened to them? When we looked last time in October, PSG and Lyon were up in the top kind of 6 positions. And Lyon has finished in 18th and been relegated. And PSG got relegated too. They ended up with 24 points. PSG, after having won Liga and of course in real life in 1920, are then relegated the following season alongside Olympique Lyon. Oh my goodness. I'll be honest, I did not think that would be happening here in so early into the save, but it has done. Let's go to the Bundesliga as well. Any crazy stuff like that happening over in Germany? No, not really. Bayern, unsurprisingly, topped the Bundesliga, which I did think would happen based on their squad. Dortmund did well to finish up in second, Wolfsburg in third, Frankfurt fourth, Leipzig fifth. To be honest, that sounds pretty much as you'd expect with the Bundesliga. To be fair to Leipzig though, they had their two top goal scorers in the Bundesliga were Leipzig players in Jeremy Boga and Riccardo Orsolini. So fair play to them. Let's go look at the final league we're interested in though in Serie A, and AC Milan are crowned as champions. The first time they've done it since when they had Allegri as manager. Well done to Milan. To be honest, based on the side that they had, it's unsurprising that they've managed to win it. That side they had was disgustingly good. And also unsurprisingly that Atalanta finished up there in second place. Lazio got third, Crotone up there in fourth, Benevento in fifth. Pretty interesting teams there. And Juve down in eighth, Napoli 9th and Roma in 10th. Pretty ridiculous stuff there, but unsurprisingly, really, when you look at the squad that Milan had, that they finished up there as champions of Serie A. Now, let's go and look at the European competition as well, so the Champions League and Europa League, and see who's managed to win those as well. So let's go to the Champions League first of all, and UEFA Champions League has been won by Atletico Madrid. Unsurprising, really, that it would be either Atleti or Real based on the squads they had. They managed to beat Bayern in the final after went to extra time, so well done to Bayern for actually reaching that final. Who got to the semi-finals out of interest? So the semi-final had Zenit and Porto, so considering the fact that obviously those two sides had their real squads still intact, fair play to those sides. What about the Europa League? We'll check that as well before we get moving on. Europa League has been won by Dortmund after they beat Salzburg in the final after extra time, so again, well done to Borussia Dortmund. Now let's have a quick look at some of the players we looked at earlier and see if they found any clubs before we move on to Season 2. So let's look first of all at Ronaldo. Where has Cristiano Ronaldo gone to? And he has got a club. He's gone back to Manchester United. Well done, Man U, for actually making a good signing. He's only on 60 grand a week. Wow, okay, that's one hell of a wage cut. In my Manchester United, so the Taming the Devil series that I'm doing at the moment, we have actually signed Ronaldo for the team there, but he's on like 400 grand a week, so a little bit of a difference there in terms of what he's earning. But at least Ronaldo's gone back to his old club. What about Griezmann? Let's have a look, because he was unemployed. He is still unemployed. He's now 30. He's running out of time, to be honest, to get himself a club. What about De Gea? Let's have a quick look at David De Gea. So he has found a club. He has gone to Atalanta. And, oh my goodness, his attributes have really dropped, considering the fact he was obviously been unemployed for quite so long. So not great there for David De Gea. What about Messi? Where is Lionel? No. Lionel Messi's retired. Nobody wanted to sign him, and he's retired to become an assistant manager. He's not actually that bad as being a coach, actually, but Lionel Messi, mate, what are you doing? Oh, that's actually really sad. To think that no, I guess he just never wanted to lower his wage demands and decided he was just going to retire. But fair enough, Lionel Messi. What about Haaland then? Let's look at Haaland and also we'll look at Neymar because we haven't actually looked at Neymar yet. So Haaland is still unemployed. No one has picked up a 20-year-old Erling Haaland. Crazy, crazy stuff. Let's look finally then at Neymar. Where is Neymar? He's also a free agent too. So Neymar as well is unemployed. Well then, let's carry on. We'll get to the end now of Season 2 and see what goes on between this point in the experiment and Season 2. So I will see you there, guys, very shortly. Here we are then, now ready for Season 2 of the experiment, and let's see if any more craziness has gone on. Of course, we've just seen some nut stuff with likes of PSG getting relegated, which I cannot believe. Let's go to the leagues in focus. So in terms of La Liga, we'll go to that first because it's the first one on the screen. It looks like Atleti have retained the La Liga title. They almost went undefeated. They didn't have quite as many points this time around, but they have won it once more. Real again finishing up there in second place. Sevilla in third. And Barcelona have got themselves back into the top 4, but they are still way off of those top 2 sides. I see that Barcelona have managed to sign a striker at long last, with Musa Marega having the most amount of goals in La Liga. So at least it would seem that Barca are trying to sort themselves out. I have, however, seen though that Villarreal and Athletic Bilbao have both been relegated. Bilbao have only 6 points. My goodness, Athletic Bilbao, that is not a good season there from the Basque side. Well, let's go and look elsewhere across European football. Let's go to England, and it looks like Man City have again retained their title in the Premier League. Man City finishing in first, United in second, Liverpool in third, Chelsea in fourth, Nottingham Forest, of course, promoted Nottingham Forest. They are the team that came up from the Championship, finishing in fifth, Newcastle in sixth, and Norwich as well, who have come up from the Championship too, finishing there in 7th place. It looks like Southampton finished in 12th, but must have won a cup because they've got Europa League football, it would appear. So well done there to Man City, who was like top goal scorer and stuff. Apparently, Leeds United's Jesus Caleri, I think it's Jesus Caleri, isn't it? Oh no, Jonathan Caleri finishing as top goal scorer. You've got Divan Zapata for Liverpool and Patrick Bamford there as well. It looks like Harry Kane is at Manchester City because he's got the highest average rating there in the Premier League. So probably unsurprising then that City won the league with Kane in their side. What about the other leagues? And let's have a look at Ligue. And of course, there's no PSG and there's no Lyon. So have Monaco won it once more? Indeed they have, but Stade Reims were the toughest challengers to them. They finished only 10 points behind on 77 points. Of course, Reims finished in what, 5th in Season 1? So well done there to Stade Reims. You got Bordeaux there in 3rd as well, Lille in 4th, and Marseille down there in 5th. Let's have a quick look at Ligue 2 though. I want to see, did PSG and Lyon, did they bounce back straight away? Let's have a quick look. PSG indeed came back up, but Lyon, though, are still having another season down there in Ligue 2. So Lyon have not bounced back straight away. But PSG, being fired to Ligue 2 glory with Thierry Immobile, have at least got themselves back up into Ligue 1 for next year. Let's go then to the Bundesliga and see what's gone on over there. Have Bayern won it once more? They certainly have, but they were very, very closely challenged by Borussia Mönchengladbach. A very, very close victory there for Bayern. Only 3 points the gap between the two of them. Dortmund down there in 3rd and Wolfsburg in 4th. No real major shocks, saying that Leverkusen nearly got themselves relegated, but it wasn't that close. I see that Lassina Traore and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up there as the top goal scorers in the Bundesliga, both from Mönchengladbach. So some good signings there for that side. You've also got likes of Odsonne Edouard. And who is this Dela Cruz guy for Bayern? A Uruguayan left winger. I've never even heard of him. So apparently he's one of the best players in the Bundesliga this season. Let's finally take a look at Serie A. I can already see that Milan have won it once more. It does look like Milan have really established a new dominance over these Serie A sides on 103 points as well. They didn't quite go unbeaten, but a crazily good year for them. Atalanta again finishing as the closest rivals in 2nd place, but this time 20 points behind AC Milan this season. You then got Roma and Lazio down there in 3rd and 4th. And Juve have done a little bit better, but they're still only up there in 7th place. So it looks like AC Milan really are the team to beat now in Italy. Let's have a look at the European football. Let's go to the Champions League and see what's gone on over there. So it looks like Manchester City have this time won the Champions League. They finally won it, of course, under Pep Guardiola, and they beat Atletico Madrid, of course, the winners of the Champions League last season in the experiment. So Atleti reaching consecutive Champions League finals, and this time being won by Manchester City. Let's have a look as well at the Europa League 2. So the Europa League this year had Monaco in the final, of course the winners of Ligue, but they were beaten by Lazio. So well done to Lazio there with a very, very good result there in the Europa League. Of course, we need to have a look, though, at some interesting players. Have any of the players we looked at before got any clubs now? Of course, we know that Ronaldo's gone to Manchester United. Let's have a look at Haaland. Has he found a club? He has indeed. He has gone to FC Porto. And I've just seen how well he's done this season. 26 goals in 27 Premier Liga games there, or Liga NOS, whatever you want to call it, for FC Porto. So Erling Haaland, he's continuing on his goal-scoring ways. Apparently he's wanted by both Atleti and Man City, so I'm interested to see if he moves once we go to year 5. Let's also have a look at Messi. Has he got a club as an assistant manager? No, he's still unemployed. Poor Messi. He's been unemployed now for 2 full years. Not going very well for Messi. What about Griezmann? Because, of course, we saw that he still hadn't found a club. Antoine Griezmann has found one. He's returned to France. He is now playing at OSC Nice. And he had a pretty decent year there in Ligue 1. 34 played and 13 goals. Still not brilliant there from the former Atleti and Barcelona man. What about Neymar, though? Because, of course, Neymar, when we looked, was still unemployed. And what the hell is that? Why is Neymar's name next to Bournemouth? Neymar is at the moment at Bournemouth. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, Bournemouth are still in the Championship. Apparently he's on 70 grand a week. A 30-year-old Neymar. What? Yeah, they're in the Championship. Neymar has left PSG, was unemployed for a full season, and has gone and dropped to the Championship and playing on the south coast of England at Bournemouth. They have apparently won the Championship, which I would hope so, with Neymar in their team. But what the hell is going on with Neymar? Why has he gone there? Apparently he's not even their key player. Apparently David Brooks is. My goodness, what the hell has gone on for poor old Neymar? Out of interest, what else they won? They've won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup too. Apparently they won both the English Cups last season. Okay, AFC Bournemouth. Fair play to Jason Tyndall. He's got them promoted. So Neymar will be in the Premier League next season then, it would appear. They've also got Leon Goretzka in that side. What the hell are Bournemouth doing? Honestly, they have got one hell of a team they're building. Let's have a quick look at that side. Yeah, they've got Neymar, Goretzka, David Brooks in there. A very decent looking midfield, it would certainly have to be said. But guys, that wraps up Season 2. Some crazy stuff going on there in and across European football. Of course, we're going to now make that big jump to Season 5 and see what's going to happen in our final season of our experiment. So I'll see you at that season, guys, in a few seconds. Here we are then, our final year of our experiment. We are now here in 2025, the end of Season 5 of our free transfer experiment. Of course, we've seen some wacky stuff. Honestly, the fact that at the end of that season, we just saw that Neymar was playing the Championship with Bournemouth has really quite shocked me. I thought PSG getting relegated was one thing, but Neymar in the Championship, I don't know, it's completely thrown me off entirely. Regardless, let's have a look at what's gone on in this final season. Has any more crazy stuff gone on? Let's go to the Premier League and have a quick little look. So Manchester City have indeed won the Premier League once again, and it would appear that they have won the Prem in every single season since we've started this experiment. So Man City are very dominant indeed. You got Man U in 2nd, Chelsea in 3rd, Liverpool in 4th, Arsenal in 5th and Tottenham in 6th. So it's gone back to being kind of what you'd expect normally, it would appear. I also see that Erling Haaland has gone to Man City, so it looks like he's left Porto and gone to Manchester. You've also got Jadon Sancho at Manchester United, so it looks like finally Ed Woodward sorted himself out and got Sancho into the team. But regardless, we can safely say Man City are one hell of a dominant side in this free transfer experiment, it would seem. Let's have a look as well at La Liga. Let's go to La Liga on here. So Real Madrid have now won La Liga. Of course, we were seeing that Atleti were winning the first 2. And what happened? So Atleti actually won all 4 of the first seasons, and then Real Madrid have finally toppled their local arch rivals and won La Liga with 105 points over the course of the season. Mbappe being top goal scorer, very unsurprising considering how good Mbappe is in FM21. You got Atleti in second, being fired to second place, but still Lautaro Martinez. Barca in third and Valencia in fourth. That is much more kind of what we would be expecting to see in La Liga. So fair play to Real for getting themselves back on top and overcoming Atleti at long last. What else is going on across world football? Let's go to Ligue. Have PSG gone back to their old ways? Indeed, it would appear they have. They have now won Ligue 1. So Monaco, of course, were winning the first few. They then won again. PSG won last season, and then PSG have just won the most recent season. So despite getting relegated, PSG have bounced back and done some crazy stuff. So they've got Pedri in their team, they've got Bobby Firmino. Who else is in that side, actually, out of interest? They've got Leno, Fabinho, Armini, Laporta, Ruggieri, Marcos Llorente, Iñaki Williams, Vinicius Junior, Chalot. So they've got some very good players in that team, have PSG. So it's understandable as to how they got themselves back to the top of the Ligue 1 table. We've got Monaco there in second, Lille in third. Stade Reims have now dropped all the way down sadly to 10th. So it doesn't look like they ever managed to win themselves that Ligue 1 title after they were pushing Monaco all the way at season 2. Let's look elsewhere though. Of course, let's go to the Bundesliga. Has anyone managed to topple Bayern? Currently, the answer is no. Dortmund are the closest challengers, 9 points behind Bayern. Hertha in third, Leipzig in fourth. We've actually got a regen at long last appearing on the top goal scorers list as well, which is pretty cool to see. A Dortmund regen there. And you've got Bayern have won every single season so far. So the Bundesliga, much like the Premier League, is being dominated solely by one team. In the case of Germany, it is Bayern Munich. What about Serie A though? Is it still the AC Milan show? Indeed it is. Milan with the most recent title. They've won all 5 seasons as well. So Milan are back to their old ways from the mid-2000s. That is for sure, like when they were managed by Carlo Ancelotti. Finishing on 97 points. Roma there in second. Atalanta still in third. And Inter Milan there in fourth. So Atalanta still kind of up and around the top ends of the Serie A table. But sadly for them, they haven't managed to win a trophy as of yet. I see that Esposito is at Roma banging in goals. So you've got Maxi Gomez there as well. Let's have a quick look at that Milan side. Any massive names in there? Of course, when we looked before, they had likes of Jadon Sancho and Martial and players like that. They've got a very decent defence, I'd say, to Debo and Oriozola and players like that. They've got Odegaard still in that team. Yusuf Demir, who's a very good young player at the start of the game. Very, very good player. Ousmane Dembele and Dele Alli, apparently, who they're playing weirdly as a striker. But regardless, a very, very good team there from AC Milan. Let's have a quick look, though, at the Champions League. Let's see what's going on in that. Of course, we can see who's won the past 3 seasons. So the most current one has been won by Atletico Madrid. They beat Real Madrid on penalties after a 1-1 draw. The previous years, they were won by Bayern Munich and Manchester City. And considering the dominance from all of these teams that we've seen in their various leagues, it's unsurprising to see that these guys have been reaching the finals and winning the Champions League final. What about the Europa League though? The most recent has again been won by Lazio. They beat local rivals Roma in the final. What a final that would have been. But well done to Lazio. They got their 2nd Europa League title. You also had Sevilla with one and even Stade Rennais from France. So a few unexpected ones in there. Rennes and Lazio, most definitely I would not have expected to see on that list. But regardless, they have done themselves very, very proud. Let's have a look at some of the other lads, of course. We know where Haaland is. He's at Manchester City. We know Messi has retired as well. What about Neymar? What about Pogba as well? Because we haven't checked what happened to Pogba. Let's have a look at Pogba first. So Pogba is back in France, but he's been playing at Stade Reims now for 4 seasons. And to be fair to him, he's not done overly brilliantly. He's played a lot of games, not many goals, not many assists, not a great average rating. So to be honest, not a huge performance for him. He's getting paid a hefty fee because in fact he's Stade Reims on 63 grand a week. But I would have expected better performances from Paul Pogba. What about Neymar? How has he got on? Neymar is now at West Brom. What on earth is going on with Neymar's career? Seriously, this man's career is just so weird. He went on a free transfer to Bournemouth where he had a great first year, then just barely did anything. And then he went on a free transfer to West Brom this season and he's not played. So West Brom have Neymar, arguably one of the best Brazilian players probably ever. And yet West Brom decided they didn't want to play him. Of course they didn't. Of course. What a weird set of events we have seen in this experiment. Honestly, some crazy, crazy stuff. Regardless though, guys, that just about wraps up our experiment here today. And I think we can safely say we have come across some right nutty stuff. We really have. I really hope you've enjoyed some of the stuff that we have seen today. The likes of Neymar playing all over the place, and of course PSG being relegated, AC Milan back to their old ways from the mid-2000s, and much more. If you did enjoy the video, guys, please do chuck a like on it. It massively does help the channel out. And of course, if you're looking forward to seeing any more of my content, such as my FM21 series with Manchester United, the Taming the Devil series, or any more of my FM21 experiments, much like my 100 years into the future save, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you again next time.